God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that we might not perish, but have eternal life. These famous words from John chapter 3, verse 16, remind us of the deep, compassionate, and merciful love of a father who would sacrifice everything for his children. God's everything is his beloved Son, Jesus. Can we imagine the intense love that our brother Jesus has for us, that he would even agree to physically sacrifice himself for us? That is true, divine, and sacred love. When we delve even further into Jesus' agreement to be that human sacrifice, we cannot help but observe the deep obedience and reverence for the will of God. Although Jesus knew that he would face suffering, he knew this, yet he surrendered completely to the divine will of the Father. Surrender is the key word here. What does surrender mean? It means giving over the complete control of our lives and the direction of our lives to the purpose that God has for us. Look at the life of our Blessed Mother. She was a girl who was asked to be the Mother of God, and what did she do? She surrendered completely to the will of God. She agreed, although she was told that a sword would pierce her heart at the death of her son. She still trusted in the divine will of the Father. There are instances in which we see how surrender to the divine plan results in success. We can't always control and plan things. In today's world, we are so used to controlling the destiny of characters through the push of a button on our game controller, and often we play God, but the truth is those are just games. In real life, things happen to us. People face tragedies, hurt, and other challenges. If we fight and struggle too much, we tie ourselves up further and tie ourselves out, kind of like swimming against a current. If you swim with the current, it will eventually take you to shore. When we look at the story of the wedding at feast at Cana, although it may not seem that Jesus surrendered to his mother by acceding her request, he really did. He surrendered to his Father's request, which came through the words of his mother. Mother Mary's instruction to the servants of do what he tells you was basically saying to them, surrender to his hand, which they did, and they ended up with the best tasting wine. You see, we think we have this all figured out, and we see the outcome of what we want. But when we surrender to the divine will of God, he orchestrates things so much better than we, our simple human minds, can even imagine. He is the great songwriter and conductor. We just have to follow his lead and play the most beautiful heart song ever.